6 in the morning. It is -2. Temperature really dropped last night. But it's time for another Bunce and King adventure. See you on the bank. So here we are at the canal. Only like quarter of an hour drive, not too far, but it's really cold. Where we left it was about -1, -2. It's -4 here.
It's Baltic.
Yeah.
Hopefully it won't deter the fish though.
No. If we can find some boats with heaters on, we might be able to find some pike hiding underneath. So let's get on it. I'll just show you the ledger rig that I'm using. So I've got a 3 ounce weight here, and that's on a running clip. I've got a small bead, and then I've got one of these Pike Pro ledger stems. What that does is it just keeps the weight and the line from tangling. A little clip, and then I've got my rig. So Nathan and I were walking down here, and we were talking about perch, possibly picking up a perch. So I thought that was quite a good idea. So I found, there's my, just for size comparison, so I've got a small roach here, about the same size as my finger. I've gone for a single hook through the back, and obviously the little tag there. This is on the ledger system, as I said. Hopefully it picks up a perch. I'll show you my float setup in a sec.
So ladies and gents, before I can even get my rig in the water, Bunce is off.
So this is the rig I was hoping to catch a perch on, to be honest with you.
Bad little pike. Yeah.
We've had this pike before.
We are in. Oh. Not a bad pike to start the session.
There we go. I think we've seen this guy before. Looking at one of his eyes. A couple of leeches on him, so they're not moving around much.
Nice. That's nice.
So it's £11 with the net.
We'll weigh the net after.
The net,
There she goes. What's that, first fish since?
First fish in 2021.
Just leave it at that.
Well, that was a brilliant start. The bait had, I don't know, I just walked it down, popped it under a boat, came back, and it had some action. £8 pike to start, can't argue with that. So I'll just take you through my float setup. So I like 15 gram floats, seem to do quite well. I have a little bead at the top. Down the line I've got a float stop, and I have another bead here in between the weight, and I've got this little rubber clip cover, which has also got a rubber bit on the end just to stop the weight smashing down when we get the clip. I'm going to opt for a sardine for the moment, and that's on a double, normal pike double rig, treble rig. These are size, I think they're size 6 hooks, could be size 8. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm fishing a little bit over depth. Yeah, we'll see how this gets on. if anyone likes these rigs, I do sell them. Pop us a message, or you can find the listing on Facebook. See what we can do. Nathan is on. What are we thinking? Oh. Hey. Oh, is it off?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good sign.
It's a good sign, yeah. It's cool.
That might be why it's off. Oh no, it probably did that.
Mine's, I've gone slightly different than Mark, so we'll see on the float. I bait elastic my hooks. I just think it helps hold it on there a bit more. So it's a good sign. Hopefully, sign of things to come. Try and get my second rod out. See if that does some business.
Cool.
So after a productive and eventful first hour, I finally managed to get my second rod out, both on a float setup. It is still freezing. I thought I had my line wrapped around the end of my fishing rod. Got Mark to check it out, and it was frozen. So that's how cold it was, or is. But it's good that the fish is still biting. I usually just saw I've had a bite hook come off. But yeah, so hopefully something materialises from the good start to the session, and get a few more. See how it goes. I like.
Alright, Nathan's second attempt. They come off again. Still on, yeah? Alright, Nathan's on. What are we thinking? Hey. Alright, trying to multitask here, two different cameras. We are in.
Yes.
Happy days.
Okay.
Yeah.
That, ladies and gents, is how you unhook a pike.
Nice. Look how mean he looks. Right, let's pop him back. Or her. That's going to look weird on the camera. And straight under the bank.
Yes. Bunce. Pike's on.
Right, so we've been here about 2 hours now. Both had a fish. Nathan's lost 2, but I think it's time to move on. Gonna pop some baits. Not too much, but some sprat bits and sardine bits in our swims here, because we're going to walk this way on the way back. And
hopefully keep fish, if there's any in this area, keep them feeding in those spots.
Yeah.
Just where we put our baits now.
But we'll get the rods in, see you with the next swim. Oh, here we are at the our next swim. So a little bit of activity from fish here. This is why we opted for here. We've not actually fished this far down before. I got a ledger under the bridge, and I've got a float just way over there. And Nathan's got his two a bit further up. I'd love to pick up a perch, so I've gone for small baits, and I'm going to make a small rig in a minute. But I quite like this area. It's quite nice, very pikey.
But we'll see. We've got Mark's got a bridge to the left of him, which is always handy. Perch apparently, according to Matt Hayes, like to sit under under bridges or features.
Yeah.
So I think Mark has got, you got one down there.
I got a little one down there.
You got knock on your ledger. Or I think Mark's in.
Oh yeah. Yep. And
so on cue, Mark had a little run on his rod. It was under the bridge. Could have been a perch. We don't know, but hopefully we will know soon. Hopefully we'll see you in a bit for or with a fish on the bank.
yeah, be nice.
I think it's brew time.
Yes, definitely.
See you in a bit.
Coffee time. Just told Nathan to place where I think it would be good for a pike. Oh, missed.
Ladies and gents, teamwork. That's a dream work. Yeah, Mark putting up to the right of me, there was the main overhang.
Yeah. And
trying one up there. Did a couple of casts just to see, because it's quite shallow, quite close to the bank. So I casted just towards where I thought there was a ledge. So left it there. In about 5 minutes I'm gone.
boom.
Okay.
Let's get it in.
One, but fish is a fish, catch is a catch.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I don't think you normally get. I don't think monsters from a canal is as common as a still water, a lake. But well, let's have a look. There you go, guys. Little one on the bank.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe 3 poundish.
3 pounds or
Something like that. Still very lively, very happy.
De-stress. Days, another one on the bank.
Yeah.
Movement down here now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of movement around now all of a sudden.
Well, this area has quite a lot of sunlight on the back of the back there. I'm wondering if it's warming the water up a little bit. Definitely doesn't feel as cold as it did earlier.
Warming up for snow, as they say.
Yeah, there is a snow warning just been announced. So
That's quality. 2 on the bank. 3 pounds next.
I've had nothing from under the bridge. I tried trotting a sprat down. There's a bit of a breeze blowing through, but nothing. So I packed up. We're gonna go up the canal a bit more. We have seen on the map there is another lock a bit further up. Need to check what we're allowed to fish on our ticket, but hopefully we can get something else. Here we are at our 3rd swim. We've walked quite a far distance up actually. I haven't come across another lock yet, but I do think there's one just up ahead. But where we are now, it narrowed a bit to my left. It's quite nice looking in front of us. A few overhanging trees, some reeds. And it was possibly one of the first spots we've come across where it's actually wide enough to sit down and fish. We're going to spend maybe I don't know, half an hour to an hour here. We're going to have a look on the map, see how far the next lock is, because I think that's as far as we can go.
I reckon half an hour tops. Yeah.
Half an hour tops. We are having lunch here. Nathan's been eating balls, and I've got my usual
Mark had one of my balls.
bang bang noodles.
Mark had one of my balls.
I did have one of his balls. It would make epic catfishing bait. Really would. But who knows? This is all new, this bit to us. It looked quite pikey. Whether it is, don't really know. The sun is shining on the other side of the back end of the canal, so hopefully it does seem to be a bit warmer in the sun. We'll see, I guess. No luck at this swim. It looks really good for pike. Lots of overhangs, etc. But it's just not worked out very well. But we've both had lunch. Nice place to have lunch. Both had lunch. Both had a coffee. Got a couple of hours of daylight left, so we're going to go back the way we came. Let's see if we can see anything en route. If not, we're going to stop off. Definitely stop off at the first one we were at. Maybe stop off at the second one first. If not, we haven't fished where the car's parked yet, so we maybe end up there when it turns dark. But I've only caught one so far, so we definitely need something else in the bag. I stopped going for perch now, and I've put bigger baits on with bigger hooks. So let's see. Well, here we are back in the first swim we were in. We did stop off at the bridge for 5 minutes, just to see if I could get anything under it, but no takers. I put quite a smelly sprat on. I would have thought if there was a fish there, it would have taken it. Bit of a change in the weather. Really sunny now, which is not great. Got the ledger back under a barge and float straight out in front. Nathan's got a float out already, I can just about see through the sunlight. I think we're going to spend the rest of the day here. Yeah. Sun's looking quite low, I reckon we've got about 2 hours left maybe. But fingers crossed we can get something else. Alright, looks like Nathan might just be on. Take the bait runner off. Well, it ain't a pike trip unless you lose a float in a bush. I cast in that little gap there and managed to snag it. Looked like a good cast as well. The other float there is my recast with new rigs.
So guys, last knock-ins. Probably got 20 minutes of light left max. Quite quiet. Temperatures drop loads. It's dropping all the time. It's very quiet at the moment. Hopefully last 10 minutes might get something. Usually first thing in the morning and last bit of light. Usually end up getting a bite. But fingers crossed we'll be able to show you another fish on the bank before the end of the session. But I think actually, all in all, I don't think we've had that bad of a session. Considering Mike could have gone home, but we've learnt a lot. Like, well, we know I've had a take on sardines, so we know that does work in the future. And considering the temperature as well, and to be able to catch pike in that temperature is quite a success, I reckon. Really, I don't know about Mark. Yeah. Could be worse. And we've actually gone a bit further down the canal as well than we have before, so we know what's down a bit further. So take a lot from the session, just keep learning for next sessions to come.
Well guys, a bit of a disappointing end, no further fish. I did have some beeps on my ledger, but
I think the temperature got the better of the fish, just dropped quite quickly.
there was a few barges being used with fires lit, etc. Further up where we couldn't fish, so I would imagine a lot of the fish are just hiding in under that, getting warm. Anyway, like and subscribe. Our target this year is to hit 250 subscribers. We just hit 200, so subscribe if you can.
Get us to that 250, that'd be awesome.
Tight lines.
Tight lines.
See you next time.
See you next time.